All praise belongs to Allah, Al-Halim, the most forbearing, Al-Adil, the utterly just, Al-Latif, the most gentle, Al-Hakim, the most wise, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, Ar-Rahim, the especially merciful. The one who knows what people hide in their hearts, who sees every injustice silently endured, and who teaches his servants how to protect their souls without losing their character. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad, the master of patience, the model of emotional intelligence, the one who dealt with the most toxic people with dignity, boundaries, wisdom, and mercy. Introduction. Toxicity is not new. It existed even in the time of the Prophet. Many people think toxicity is a modern problem. In reality, toxic behavior existed even in the most sacred times, among families, communities, and even against prophets themselves. Islam does not deny the existence of harmful people. It does not tell believers to tolerate abuse in the name of patience, nor does it encourage revenge in the name of strength. Instead, Islam offers a balanced, deeply wise method, one that protects the heart, preserves dignity, and earns Allah's pleasure. Allah says in the Qur'an, "And we have made some of you a trial for others. Will you not then be patient?" Surah Al-Furqan 25:20. This video is a complete Sunnah-based guide on how to deal with toxic people without becoming toxic yourself. 1. What is a toxic person according to Islam? Islam defines toxicity not by labels but by behavior. A toxic person is one whose presence causes spiritual, emotional, or moral harm. This includes persistent humiliation or belittling, manipulation and guilt-tripping, backbiting and character assassination, chronic negativity and pessimism, abuse of authority, religion, or emotions. The Prophet warned strongly about harmful behavior. A Muslim is the one from whose tongue and hands other Muslims are safe. Bukhari and Muslim. Toxicity is measured by harm caused, not intentions claimed. 2. The Prophet acknowledged harm. He did not deny it. One of the most misunderstood concepts is patience, Sabr. Patience does not mean pretending harm does not exist. When a man repeatedly harmed others, the Prophet said, "How evil is the brother of his people." Bukhari. This shows that Islam acknowledges harmful patterns. Naming harm is not backbiting, it is awareness. 3. Emotional boundaries are Sunnah. The Prophet practiced boundaries long before modern psychology spoke about them. When some people mocked, insulted, or persisted in disrespect, he distanced himself. Allah commanded, "And when you see those who engage in false discourse concerning our verses, turn away from them." Surah Al-An'am 6 hours 68 minutes. Walking away is not weakness. It is wisdom. 4. Silence is sometimes the strongest response. Not every insult deserves an answer. The Prophet said, "Whoever believes in Allah and the last day should speak good or remain silent." Bukhari and Muslim. Silence in the face of provocation protects the heart and deprives toxic people of power. 5. Do not argue with the intentionally ignorant. Toxic people often thrive on conflict. Allah says, "And the servants of the Most Merciful are those who walk humbly upon the earth, and when the ignorant address them harshly, they say words of peace." Surah Al-Furqan 25:63. Disengagement is not defeat, it is emotional intelligence. 6. Kindness does not mean access. Islam encourages kindness, but it does not require unlimited access to your life. The Prophet was merciful, yet selective. Allah says, "Repel evil with that which is better." Surah Fussilat 41:34. Repelling evil does not mean allowing repeated harm. 7. When forgiveness is recommended, and when distance is better. Forgiveness in Islam is powerful, but it is not mandatory in every situation. Allah says, "Whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is with Allah." Surah Ash-Shura 42:40. Yet Allah also says, "And whoever defends himself after being wronged, there is no blame upon them." 42:41. Forgiveness heals the heart. Distance protects it. 8. Toxic family members, the hardest test. Islam recognizes that family can be a source of harm. Allah says, "Indeed, among your spouses and children are enemies to you, so beware of them." Surah At-Taghabun 64:14. Kindness is obligatory. Obedience in harm is not. 9. Do not let toxic people define your worth. Toxic people project their wounds onto others. Allah says, "And do not grieve over what they say." Surah Yunus 10:65. Your worth comes from Allah, not people. 10. Protecting your heart is an act of worship. The heart is sacred in Islam. The Prophet said, "Indeed, in the body is a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound." Bukhari and Muslim. Protecting your heart from constant harm preserves your Iman. 11. Make du'a against harm without becoming bitter. The Prophet taught du'as for protection. Allahumma ikfinihim bima shirta. O Allah, suffice me against them as you will. Du'a transfers justice to Allah. 12. Justice belongs to Allah, not your anger. Allah says, "And your Lord is not unjust to his servants." Surah Fussilat 41:46. Trust Allah's justice instead of internalizing rage. 13. When cutting ties is allowed. Islam permits distance when harm persists. The Prophet avoided certain individuals for the safety of the community. Cutting access is not cutting mercy. 14. Heal so you do not repeat the cycle. Unhealed pain turns victims into aggressors. Islam emphasizes purification of the heart. Allah says, "He has succeeded who purifies it." Surah Ash-Shams 91:9. Conclusion. Strength with mercy. The Sunnah way is not weakness. It is strength without cruelty. Boundaries without hatred. Distance without arrogance. If this reminder brought clarity, return to it whenever your heart feels heavy. Share this video with someone struggling silently. Subscribe for Islamic guidance that protects the soul. Remember, Allah sees every tear you swallowed and every boundary you set for His sake. And Allah is gentle with His servants. Surah Ash-Shura 42:19. May Allah grant us wisdom, protection, and peace. Ameen.